So that was a really fun convention.
That was a lot of fun.
These guys in Arizona know how to screw around.
Yes,
I'll tell
they
you
do.
what.
Wow.
Some fun layouts.
I was amazed.
Scenic railroad and just all the way around fun.
Right.
But now we are headed to Durango, Colorado, kind of a pilgrimage. All good train events should be finished up with a trip to Durango as far as I'm concerned.
That's a little change in elevation and weather.
It's a big change in elevation and weather. But we're coming up here for the fall season. We may even run into snow.
Right.
But we anticipate fall colors and some chill temperatures and a wonderful train ride on the Durango and Silverton Railroad.
The old mining town of Durango is situated in the southwest corner of Colorado. Perhaps best known for its railroad, which was built by this character, General Palmer. The Durango and Silverton is the surviving part of the narrow gauge network of the Denver and Rio Grande Western. The 3-foot gauge Rio Grande was started in the 1870s. Durango was the railroad hub for many of the very successful silver mines of the San Juan Mountains. Typical of the era, and in no small part because the place was awash in silver money, Durango became quite the opulent little town. Much of its former glory survives to this day, which has made it very, very popular with tourists. But the number one reason that people come to Durango is to ride the train. Now, while the Rio Grande was built as a 3-foot gauge railroad back in the 1800s, later it was modernized into a standard gauge railroad, all except a very small section called the San Juan Extension, which was left in 3-foot gauge. And in 1968, that was also abandoned. However, the line from Durango to Silverton was preserved simply because it was so darn popular with tourists. Later it was sold to a private investor. The current owner also collects automobiles. This is cool. And here we have the Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid baggage car. There was an episode on that earlier, if you recall. That's that show called The Interview with that strange person who's modeled that car in 1/20th scale. The roundhouse and shops at Durango were really, really amazing. Probably the best equipped shops of any of the scenic railroads. They have 6 fully operational steam engines here, and it's a massive undertaking to keep all 6 of them ready to go out on any given day. No, that was not a high-powered rifle. It was these 2 guys pulling a wheel on this wheel puller made quite a racket. The back shops here are able to completely rebuild wheel sets and wheel trucks for all of their cars and locomotives. Switching duties here in the shops are handled by these little diesel engines. Used to all be steam here, but now they've added these little diesel engines. But the passenger trains are always pulled by steam engines, these rather large narrow-gauge Mikado engines. Now for you boys and girls that loved wood shop back in school, check out the wood shop here. This is actually the car shops. They can not only maintain all of their cars, they built most of their cars right here in the car shops. Well, enough of this fun and frivolity. I see that Mickey's right hand is just now coming up on the 12, and that means that it's train time, so let's go ride the train. Well, eventually the trains do find their way to the beautiful little mountain town of Silverton. I don't know that getting to Silverton is half as much fun as actually getting to Silverton on the train. I think even for people who aren't all that into trains, a trip to Durango can be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. But for people like us who are really into trains, well, it's it's unbelievable.
That was the Durango and Silverton Railroad.
Uh-huh.
How cool is that?
That
If
was
you haven't been to the Durango and Silverton, then
Go.
you just need to get over
Just
there.
go. Put it on your
Because
calendar and go.
It's necessary that if you do trains of any kind, even if
Right.
you're into modern diesels, you still really need to go see the Durango and Silverton
Right.
Railroad because it's just absolutely amazing.
lot of fun.
And next week we're going to still be in Durango.
That's right.
Because there's some guys here in Durango that make a sound system and a digital command control system called Soundtracks. They even make their own line of model trains, the Blackstone trains.
Yes.
So we're going to go over to their factory. We're going to go see Don. See, Don insists on using only Soundtracks tsunami
Right.
units in all of his brass engines and all these things he builds.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at some of his trains and how they work with Soundtracks
Right.
stuff built in there.
Right.
And then we're going to go see how the heck they build these things right here in Colorado, and how handy is it if you need sounds of steam engines to just run down the block and record them.
Just amazing.
So that's probably why they're here. Anyway, we'll be over at Soundtracks. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should subscribe to the channel. A blue button will be popping in any moment now, and that will subscribe you to the channel. While you're over at the channel, do click on the Guys Hobby Shop link. We've redone the Guys Hobby Shop page, and you should definitely check that out because it's all sort
It's
of
a lot
cleaned
better.
up and polished and just not as cluttered and messy as it used to be. And also toymantelevision.com, same thing.
Right.
We've gone through and sort of cleaned it up a bit and made it more functional and just got rid of a lot
the
of
fun
we've
back
taken
in
the
functional.
trash out is what we
Yeah, we put the fun back in functional.
That's right, and we rearranged the furniture and everything. And it all starts by hitting the blue button if you haven't subscribed, hitting the blue button if you have subscribed, because that'll take you to the channel where you will see Guys Hobby Shop. You can just click on that and go explore the new stuff.
Right.
Well, we're not sure how you found this movie on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring. And we'll see you here again next week with Soundtracks right here in Durango.
Okay.
See you then. Bye.
Bye.